David Baye here for MuscularDevelopment.com. We are in Pittsburgh for the 2014 NPC Masters National Championships. I'm hanging out here with middleweight competitor and your middleweight winner in the over 40 division last year, Ko Chandetka. Ko, a big win for you last year. You came out, really dominated the middleweight class, just fell a little bit short in the overall. A lot of the buzz in the crowd was as they thought that maybe Ko should have walked away with a pro card, but definitely some tough competitors. So hard to be overly upset about it. Talk to us about what you've been up to in the last year since winning the middles.
Wow, you know what? That motivated me. It stung a little bit. I mean, I was very happy to have won. Felt very good about the win, but it stung. But instead of letting it get to me, I actually, the very next day, I got up, got on that treadmill, and I just started working again. And I was been very disciplined through the whole off season. Stayed, very tight on my diet. Didn't let my body get up, too high in body fat or anything. Kept the intensity going, but mostly I just kept focused, and I kept on, grinding away day by day for this moment. For this moment tomorrow is what everything that I've worked for in the past 365 days or 64 days. So. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did. That day, I wouldn't have said that, but we learned. We learned that was a great learning experience for me. So I don't blame anybody. I don't feel like I got robbed or screwed or nothing like that at all. I don't take it that way. To me, I'm looking at the positives of it, and it's been a great learning experience for me. I've learned a lot about my body, and just sometimes it's just best to keep it. For me personally, I got to keep my body fat levels, especially being at my age, a lot closer to than when I was younger. I was able to get sloppy when I was younger, and then you got to diet down and do all that. But no, it's definitely a blessing. I'm very thankful to be here tonight and to be able to compete again for my pro card tomorrow morning.
Now, as far as your competitions in the last year, have you been on stage at all since Masters of last year, or has this been just the primary focus?
No, Masters has been the primary focus. I mean, I did do a guest posing a couple months ago, and that felt good just to kind of get out there and perform and just kind of, but no, this has been the focus of, Masters Nationals.
Now, for those of the guys that aren't familiar, you work with George Farah, obviously somebody that the people on the boards are very familiar with. You talked a little bit about not getting too heavy in the off season. I know in my conversations and interviews with George, that's kind of one of the things he's known for with his athletes is wanting them to keep in peak condition. As far as a weight difference between your off season and what you weighed today, what are we talking as far as how far you had to pull back?
Gosh, I weighed in at 175 today. I think I never got any higher than 190, 195. I believe I started 20 weeks out, I was 190.
Oh, so we're talking a matter of, 15 pounds or so.
And and he rewards you. I didn't do any cardio until 3 weeks out. So, by staying tight, you don't have to do it. If you get really heavy, then that's where you're doing, a lot of the cardio. And cardio, it has its good and bad. You do enough of it, you'll burn body fat. You do too much of it, it becomes catabolic and starts eating away your muscles.
Start getting stringy, yeah.
And this is bodybuilding. So my goal, my physique, and George's goal with me was to keep myself full. My fullness brings out my strengths, which are, my shape and my symmetry, proportions. So, but then we just had to bring in that conditioning. And I think we have, stay tuned for tomorrow. I think we've achieved it.
Now, with your shape and your symmetry that you brought up being as good as it is,